moment we are creating. Every word we speak is an affirmation. Every thought we repeat is a silent prayer. The world reflects not what we wish, but what we assume to be true. If we want to win, truly win in life, we must align with an unwavering belief that our success is inevitable. Not someday, not if conditions are right, but now, within. This is the power of assumption. This is the silent engine behind every breakthrough, every healed heart, every quantum leap. Let me show you how to win at all costs. Not by force, not by manipulation, but by mastering the invisible force of belief. Assumption is the seed of reality. It is the quiet, unseen force that shapes the very fabric of our lives. What we assume to be true about ourselves, others, and the world becomes the lens through which we view everything. It colors our perception, determines our choices, and influences the outcomes we experience. Long before anything manifests in the physical, it begins in the mind, planted like a seed deep in the soil of our subconscious. When we repeatedly hold an assumption, whether positive or negative, it begins to take root. Our subconscious does not discriminate. It does not judge what is real or what is imagined. It simply accepts what we give it with emotion and repetition. If you constantly assume that life is hard, that people can't be trusted, or that you're not good enough, your mind will go to work constructing situations that reflect that belief. It will filter your experiences, attracting more of what confirms your assumption, not because you are cursed, but because you are creating from within, whether you know it or not. But here is the beauty. You can change the seed. You can plant something new, something empowering. Just as a gardener chooses which seeds to sow, you too can decide which assumptions to hold on to. When you begin to assume that life is supporting you, that you are worthy of love and success, and that everything is unfolding for your highest good, the world begins to reflect that back to you. This is not about denial or wishful thinking. This is about understanding that your inner world creates your outer world. Reality is not fixed. It is fluid. It responds to your energy, your focus, your expectation. The most powerful shifts do not begin with action. They begin with assumption. They begin when you say, "This is who I am now," even before the world confirms it. Look at the people who seem to succeed against all odds. More often than not, they carry a quiet but unwavering belief in themselves. They move through life as though they are destined to win, and somehow they do. Why? Because they assume victory. They expect it. They don't wait for evidence to believe. They believe, and the evidence follows. We have been taught to believe only what we can see, but spiritual law works in reverse. We see what we believe. The moment you start to live as if your desire is already yours, the universe begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Not because you're forcing it, but because your new assumption is magnetizing the outcome to you. Assumption becomes even more powerful when combined with feeling. When you feel the joy of already having what you desire, your assumption deepens. It becomes rooted not just in thought, but in vibration. And vibration is the language of the universe. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And what you are is made up of your dominant assumptions. Start paying attention to the little things you say about yourself. Are you saying, "I can't lose weight"? "I never get the job"? "People always leave me"? Or "I'm just unlucky"? Those aren't just passing thoughts. They're assumptions, and they're shaping your life, whether you realize it or not. The moment you become aware of them, you gain the power to change them. Begin by replacing them gently. You don't have to go from "I'm unworthy" to "I'm perfect" overnight. Start with, "I am open to believing that I am enough." Water that thought daily. Speak it with love, with gentleness. Over time, it will grow roots, and that new assumption will bear fruit in your life. It's also important to remember that assumptions are not always loud. They can be subtle, silent, hidden beneath the surface. You may say you want love, but deep down you assume that no one will stay. You may dream of abundance, but secretly believe that you always struggle. That's why inner work matters. It brings the hidden to light. It allows you to question, what am I assuming to be true about this situation? And if the assumption is disempowering, you lovingly replace it with something better. Practice imagining your life as if your desires are already fulfilled, not in a desperate or obsessive way, but in a calm, knowing way. Smile as if the universe has already said yes. Walk through your day assuming that people love you, opportunities seek you, and blessings flow to you. This isn't fantasy, it's spiritual alignment. It's choosing to believe in the unseen. Over time, your new assumptions will become your new normal. They will feel natural, automatic. And your life will begin to mirror that new frequency. It always starts in the mind. The outer is only a reflection of the inner. So choose your assumptions wisely. Nourish them with love. Protect them from fear. Water them with gratitude. And know this, the moment you assume the best, you set powerful forces into motion. You have planted the seed of a new reality, and it is already growing. Belief is the silent architect of your life. It works quietly, shaping your experiences, your relationships, your health, and your prosperity, even when you're not aware of it. It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand attention, yet its influence is constant, steady, and powerful. Like an unseen hand, it sketches the blueprint of your days, builds the foundation of your expectations, and sets the tone for how your life unfolds. Everything you do is filtered through the lens of what you believe to be true. If you believe the world is harsh, you will encounter resistance at every corner. If you believe that you are unworthy, you will find ways to sabotage your own joy, to push away love, or to remain stuck where you are, not because you consciously want pain or struggle, but because belief operates beneath the surface. It is the subconscious program you run on. We often think we are acting on logic, but in truth, we are acting on belief. It determines what we try, what we avoid, what we expect, and what we tolerate. Someone who believes they can rise will always find a way, even through obstacles, while someone who believes they are doomed will often stop before they begin. Two people can look at the same opportunity. One will see risk, the other will see possibility. The difference? Belief. You can't outwork a belief that says, I'm not good enough. You can put in all the effort, strive for years, and still feel stuck if deep down you are building your life on a faulty foundation. Belief is not just a thought, it is an energy you carry, it is the frequency you broadcast, and the world responds in kind. People pick up on it. Even if no words are spoken, life itself responds to your inner conviction. The good news is, belief can be rewritten. It is not permanent. You were not born with limitation. Somewhere along the way, you were taught to believe in your smallness, in your flaws, in the idea that your dreams are too much. But that belief is not your truth. It is simply a pattern that has been repeated long enough to feel real. The moment you become aware of it, you take your power back. To build a new life, you must build new beliefs. You must become the architect of your own mind. Choose thoughts that empower you. Speak words that affirm your worth. Feed your subconscious with images, sounds, and statements that say, I am enough, I am capable, I am safe, I am supported. Do this consistently, and over time your belief system will shift, and when it shifts, your life will follow. Everything you desire begins with belief. Before the love, before the success, before the healing, comes the decision to believe it's possible. To believe you are worthy. To believe the universe is friendly. That is the seed. And if you water it daily with focus and emotion, it must grow. Gaining Don't wait for evidence to believe. Believe and the evidence will come. This is how creation works. The external is always catching up to the internal. It is never the other way around. So many people say, I'll believe it when I see it, but the truth is you'll see it because you believed it. That's how powerful you are. Your belief creates the mold. Your energy fills it, and your reality hardens around it. You. You don't need to convince the world, only yourself, because once you do, the world has no choice but to reflect it. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what am I choosing to believe about today? When you look in the mirror, ask, what am I choosing to believe about who I am? And when you face a challenge, ask, what belief am I acting from right now, fear or faith? You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to choose a better belief, even 1 degree better, from I can't do this to maybe I can, from I'm always stuck to things are beginning to change. That one subtle shift opens the door to a new future. You are never truly stuck, only stuck in belief. You are never truly broken, only believing in brokenness. The moment you align your belief with love, with hope, with possibility, the energy of your life begins to shift. The people you meet, the chances that appear, the courage you find, all begin to flow in. So guard your beliefs, feed them with care, build your inner world with thoughts that uplift, with visions that excite you, and with faith that holds steady, even when you can't see results yet. Because belief is the silent architect of your life, and when you learn to work with it, there is no limit to what you can create. Declare victory before you see it. Speak it, feel it, know it, long before it shows up in your physical world. This is not arrogance or delusion. It is spiritual alignment. It is acting in faith, not fear. It is living in the truth that everything you desire already exists in the unseen. When you wait to celebrate until something happens, you're reacting to life. But when you choose to celebrate in advance, you become a creator. You step into your power. You declare to the universe, I trust in the unseen. I walk by faith, not by sight. That is when life begins to move differently around you. That is when doors open, resources arrive, and people are drawn to your light. Most people are trained to wait. Wait for the job to feel secure. Wait for the love to feel worthy. Wait for the money to feel abundant. But the truth is, you must first become the version of you who already has it. You must embody the victory before it's visible. You must think, speak, and act from the energy of, it is done. The outer world is a mirror, and it cannot reflect back to you anything you haven't already claimed within. So when you say, I am healed, even while the symptoms remain, when you say, I am successful, even before the results show, when you say, I am loved, even when you feel alone, you are declaring from a place of power. You are planting a seed that must grow. This is not about pretending something painful isn't happening. This is about knowing that what is now does not define what will be. You are not denying reality. You are overriding it. You are telling your mind and the universe what comes next. You are taking the pen back and writing the next chapter of your story with clarity and conviction. The most powerful transformations don't happen after the blessing comes. They happen when you believe it's already yours. That moment when you decide, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm living as if it's done. Shifts everything. Your energy changes, your confidence rises, your actions align, and the world starts responding to the new signal you're broadcasting. Energy precedes manifestation. Spirit comes before form. So when you declare your victory, you're not making something up. You're tapping into a deeper truth. You're acknowledging that the solution, the healing, the relationship, the breakthrough is already present in the spiritual realm. And when you align with it consistently, it must materialize. It takes courage to speak life over your circumstances when nothing around you looks different yet. It takes strength to smile, to rise, to move forward when you're still in the process. But this is what faith does. It moves as if the mountain is already moved. It speaks as if the dream is already real. It loves as if the heart is already whole. Your words have power. They are declarations, not descriptions. When you say, "This is my season," or "Everything is working out for me," you're not describing the past, you're commanding the future. You're shaping your reality with every statement, every affirmation, every silent knowing. You are not waiting for victory, you are victory. You are not hoping to become worthy, you were born worthy. You are not seeking proof that life can be good, you are choosing to believe that it already is. This shift in awareness changes how you carry yourself. You walk taller, breathe deeper, and stop begging life to give you scraps. When you live in victory before you see it, you let go of desperation. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop pleading and start trusting. Because you know that what you desire is already aligned with who you are becoming. There is no need to force what is already yours. Let your vision lead you, not your current circumstances. When things seem slow or silent, don't retreat. Double down on your declaration. Say it louder, say it clearer, say it with joy. Because the energy you send out is creating the path ahead. Speak blessings over your life. Prophesy good things over your future. Let your mouth become the tool of your transformation. And most of all, give thanks now. Thank the universe before the gift arrives. Thank life for supporting you. Thank your higher self for guiding you. Gratitude in advance is the purest form of faith. It says, I trust, I believe. Declare victory before you see it, and you will see it. Speak it until it echoes in your soul. Walk like it's already done. Feel the freedom, feel the joy, feel the peace, and know with unwavering certainty the moment you claim it, life begins to respond. Victory is not something you wait for, it's something you decide. And the decision is yours to make. Right here, right now. Let go of the how, trust the now. You were never meant to figure it all out. You were never meant to carry the burden of controlling every step, every turn, every unfolding of your dreams. Your job is not to micromanage the universe. It is to align with the present moment and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. So often we block our blessings because we are obsessed with how it's going to happen. We ask, how will I meet the right person? How will I make the money? How will I find the path? And in that questioning, we begin to doubt, we begin to fear, and we step out of the flow of life. The how is not your business. That belongs to something greater than you. Your business is the now, this moment, this breath, this choice right in front of you. When you surrender the how, you step into faith. And faith is powerful. Faith doesn't need to see the full picture. Faith doesn't need a plan with perfect details. Faith walks, even when the road is foggy. It trusts that each step will be revealed exactly when it needs to be. You don't need to see the staircase, you just need to take the next step. Trying to control every detail only leads to frustration. The mind wants certainty. It wants a clear route. It wants evidence. But the heart knows better. The heart is already connected to the solution. It knows that something bigger is guiding you. Something wiser is working behind the scenes. Every delay has a reason. Every detour has a lesson. And every unanswered question is part of the divine design. When you let go of the how, you open the door to miracles. You allow the universe to surprise you. You give space for opportunities to show up that you could never have predicted. Because the path to your desires is not always linear. Sometimes it curves, sometimes it pauses, and sometimes it brings you through discomfort so that you can grow into the version of yourself that's ready to receive what you ask for. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means releasing the tension. It means softening your grip. It means saying, I trust that what I need will find me. When you relax into the now, you become magnetic. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You stop forcing and you start flowing. And from that space, everything begins to align in ways that feel effortless. The present moment is your point of power, not the past, not the future, but right now, this moment holds the frequency that shapes your tomorrow. If you are anxious now, you carry anxiety into what comes next. If you are at peace now, you invite peace into your future. That's why it's so important to tend to the now. Love it. Nurture it. Whatever you're waiting for, act as though it's already on the way. Prepare your heart. Prepare your life. Not with fear, but with joy. Clean the space for the blessing to arrive. Speak gratitude over it before it even comes. That's the energy that opens doors. The mind will try to pull you back into worry. It will say, but what if it doesn't work? What if I'm not enough? What if I'm running out of time? But you can gently remind yourself, it's not my job to know how. It's my job to trust that it will. I don't need to force anything. I am aligned. I am supported. I am safe to let go. Sometimes the reason we don't see results is because we're holding on too tight. We're strangling the dream instead of nurturing it. When you loosen your grip, when you stop obsessing, when you shift your attention to joy, to presence, to gratitude, that's when the breakthrough comes. Not because you gave up, but because you finally allowed space for the universe to work. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. What's meant for you is not being withheld. It's being prepared. It's aligning with your readiness. And every moment you spend loving the now instead of fearing the future brings it closer. So let go. Let go of the timelines. Let go of the doubt. Let go of the pressure to have it all figured out. And come back to the now. Breathe, feel, trust. This is where your power lives. This is where your peace is found. You are co-creating your life moment by moment, not by figuring everything out, but by believing in what's unfolding, even when you can't yet see where it's going. The how is on its way. The now is already here. And when you trust the now, the how takes care of itself. Persist no matter what, no matter how many times you fall, no matter how long it takes, no matter how silent the response may seem from life. You must keep going, not because everything is easy, not because everything is perfect, but because your soul knows there is something greater on the other side of endurance. Life will test you. People will misunderstand you. Delays will happen. Doors will close. But none of that means stop. None of that means your dream isn't worthy. None of that means you've made the wrong choice. It just means you are being refined, strengthened, and stretched so that you can hold what you are asking for. Persistence is not just about effort, it's about alignment. It's about trusting the vision even when you can't yet see the results. It's about showing up on days when your heart feels tired and still planting seeds with love. Because even when it seems like nothing is happening, everything is happening. Every thought, every action, every belief is creating momentum behind the scenes. You were not brought this far to be abandoned. You were not given that dream, that whisper of purpose for it to fade away. If it still lives in your heart, then it still has breath. If it still lights something within you, then it still matters. Don't let temporary circumstances make you give up on something eternal. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is working. You may question everything. You may feel invisible. You may wonder if the effort is worth it. But that is not the moment to quit. That is the moment to lean in. That is the moment to remind yourself who you are and why you started. Obstacles don't mean stop. They mean grow. They mean rise. They mean adjust your crown and keep walking. Every successful person, every beautiful journey has gone through the valley, has been in the dark, has wondered if they would ever make it out. But they persisted. And so can you. You may not see the results today. You may not hear the applause. But your quiet steps forward are not wasted. Your faith is not in vain. The energy you pour into your healing, your work, your dream, your self-love, it is all building. And one day you will look back and realize that every tear, every late night, every lonely hour was not only worth it, it was sacred. Persistence doesn't mean being hard on yourself. It doesn't mean forcing your way through pain. It means being gentle with your soul while staying devoted to the vision. It means pausing when you need rest, but never letting go of what you believe in. It means choosing again, even after the world tells you no. You don't need everything to be perfect to move forward. You don't need the full plan to take the next step. You just need a willingness to try, to believe, to keep going. Because when you keep going, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than doubt, louder than fear, and more committed to your purpose than to your past. There is no such thing as wasted effort when it comes from the heart. Even your so-called failures are sacred. They are carving out the version of you who can carry the blessing. They are chiseling away the doubt, the insecurity, the fear. They are building your resilience. And resilience is where miracles are born. So persist. No matter the silence, no matter the delays, no matter the criticism or confusion, stand tall in your knowing. Be unwavering in your devotion. Say to yourself, this matters. I matter. My dream matters. Because the truth is, every time you refuse to give up, you're not just changing your life, you're changing your future. Let your persistence be your prayer. Let your consistency be your faith in motion. Let every small step be a declaration, I am not done. I am not giving up. I am still becoming. Keep showing up even when it's hard. Keep speaking life over yourself even when others don't understand. Keep trusting even when the evidence is missing. The blessing is in the persistence, the growth is in the consistency, and the reward is in your refusal to quit. You are not behind. You are building something timeless. So breathe, reset, keep going, one step, one moment, one choice at a time. Persist no matter what, and life will rise to meet you. Celebrate every little win like it's the big one, because every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you are moving in the right direction. Every tiny victory is a whisper from the universe saying, yes, you're doing it. Keep going. Too often we wait to celebrate until the finish line. We tell ourselves we'll be proud only when we reach the goal, only when it's perfect, only when it's big enough to impress someone else. But in doing so, we delay our joy, we postpone our sense of self-worth, we hold back the beautiful energy of gratitude that's meant to be part of the journey, not just the destination. The truth is, your journey is made up of thousands of small wins. Waking up with a hopeful heart after a tough night, that's a win. Choosing not to respond with anger when you used to, that's a win. Getting out of bed and showing up for yourself even when you feel like hiding, that's a massive win. These little shifts, these quiet changes in behavior, thought, or emotion, they're the very foundation of your transformation. When you begin to honor the small wins, you build momentum. You start to tell your mind and body, I am successful now. I am growing now. I am already enough. And from that place of fullness, the bigger wins come naturally, not because you chased them desperately, but because you aligned with the energy of already being victorious. Each time you celebrate progress, you teach yourself how to recognize and receive joy. You train your nervous system to feel safe with good things. So many people don't feel worthy of their blessings when they arrive because they've practiced stress for so long that peace feels foreign. But when you choose to celebrate your growth, your kindness, your resilience, you make peace your home. Joy is not a reward at the end of the race. Joy is fuel for the journey. It lights your path. It lifts your spirit. It reminds you that you don't have to wait to feel good. You can feel proud now. You can be grateful now. You can smile now, not because everything is perfect, but because you see how far you've come. Start clapping for yourself. Start giving yourself credit for the things no one else sees, the battles you've won in silence, the fears you've faced alone, the healing you've done without applause. You are doing more than enough, and your progress deserves to be honored. If you only celebrate the big moments, you miss out on most of life. Because life is not made up of grand finales. It's made up of little sparks, little breakthroughs, quiet shifts in the right direction. And when you start noticing and appreciating those, you become a magnet for more. Appreciation multiplies blessings. When you say, I'm proud of myself for trying, you attract the strength to try again. When you say, I'm grateful I stayed calm today, you deepen your emotional wisdom. When you say, I'm celebrating my growth, you expand your capacity to receive more growth, more success, more light. You were not meant to hustle endlessly with no pause for joy. You were meant to grow with grace, to become with beauty. And that includes honoring the moments when your soul takes a breath and says, look at you, you're doing it. Even on your slowest days, you are moving forward. Even on your quietest days, something within you is shifting, and those small shifts are sacred. They are not to be overlooked. They are the heartbeat of change, the quiet, steady rhythm of becoming. So dance a little when you check something off your to-do list. Smile a little longer when you notice you've handled something better than before. Treat yourself kindly for simply showing up. These acts of celebration are not trivial. They are transformational. Let yourself be proud today. Not when you hit the final goal, not when it looks good on paper, but right now, in this moment, for all the things you've done to become a more loving, more conscious, more empowered version of you. You are worthy of joy now. You are worthy of celebration now. And the more you honor the small wins, the faster the big ones find you. Because a heart that celebrates is a heart that attracts. So keep going, keep growing, and keep celebrating. Not someday, but today. Because every little win is a sign that you're doing something right. And that is always worth honoring